back from a little hiatus here. Went down to Southern California, the desert, Arizona, to escape a little bit of the winter here in Southern Oregon, and glad to be back, even though it's still cold. But while I was down there, I had the opportunity to think about this channel and what my point is of making this, and up until now it's pretty much been just a DIY channel of some of the projects I've had going on here, fixing things or building things, and that's been enjoyable, but it's not really been focused, and so that's what I want to do here is I want to focus this channel and really get to the point of what it's all about. And what it is it's about living a little less expensively, frugally, and you know, doing things yourself just meshes in with that perfectly, because you can save a lot of money on labor costs, and plus it's enjoyable. You know, for me anyway, I really enjoy fixing things and doing all that. But so I thought I'd talk a little bit about what sort of got me here. And what happened was when I was about 40, I was pretty much broke. I was going through a divorce and had no savings to speak of, grand total of about $4,000 after all was said and done. And I started thinking about retirement, you know, and how am I ever going to retire if I never save any money? So I did some things. I read a book, number one. It was called Your Money or Your Life by Dominguez and Vicki, and that really hit home with me. And I pretty much took the principles of those books and ran with it, and I made a lot of changes in my life. And those changes led to me being retired by the time I was 54. And I never would have dreamed that that would have been possible, considering the situation I was in when I was 40. So basically what I did in a nutshell is I just went by this formula that savings equals income minus expenses. And it's real simple. In order to maximize savings, you maximize your income and you minimize your expenses. I had just started working at the state of California, and I was in IT, and it was an entry-level programming job, and so, you know, it didn't pay a lot, but it was entry-level, and I knew I could advance there, which was why I took that job. Prior to that, I had been an IT contractor, making more money, and so I took a big pay cut to go there because I knew they had a retirement program. Turned out the retirement program they had was pretty dismal, but later on I was able to improve that, and so anyway, I started that job, and I started working towards getting promotions. I got a couple of promotions, just really middle-class income the whole time I was doing this. I think the most I ever made at the state was about $70,000 a year, and this was, I retired in 2008, so you know, so it wasn't a fortune for sure, but it was good for, especially for a single guy, no kids, but before you run off and say, oh, you don't have kids, you know, if you have kids you can't do this. Well, that depends. But anyway, you know, I can get into all that stuff later. I sold most of what I owned at the time, and including my house. The market was down, and just luckily for me, my brother was interested in buying it, so I didn't have any trouble selling it. And I moved to a houseboat that I owned, and I lived on that, and my mortgage was like $1,525 a month. This was back around 1992, and I went from that to paying a houseboat slip fee in a marina of $265 a month. And that included my electricity and water. So right there, my expenses, monthly expenses just plummeted. I started bike commuting to work. I had a bike already, canceled my gym membership, which would save me about $60 a month at the time. I had a cell phone, but you know, this was in the early days of cell phones and not very many people had them. So I figured I didn't need that, so I got rid of it, canceled my cell service, and got a landline, which didn't cost much, and started brown bagging my lunch to work. And as far as entertainment, I started doing things that might have a little bit of a steep upfront fee, but after that were basically free or very minimal expenses, like cycling and rafting and camping and those sorts of things that were really enjoyable to me because I really like that kind of thing. But the idea was to have fun and but still be able to save money, you know, not do things that were going to cost me a fortune and sacrifice my my retirement savings. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to focus this channel a little bit on that transition in my life, and hopefully it can help other people, you know, with their own finances. And you know, I'm not a financial guru by any stretch of the imagination. I know very little about investing in stocks, and although I have done a bit of it, but mostly it's living frugally and showing people that you can really enjoy your life without spending a fortune. A perfect example is my trip out to the desert, you know, just this last month. Took my truck camper down there, my motorcycle, and had a great time. Spent about 4 weeks there, a little over 4 weeks with some friends, and you know, it didn't cost a lot of money. The camping was mostly free. We did spend a little bit of money in Arizona camping, but very, very minimal, $15 a night type of thing. And in Southern California, it was all free. But you can do that sort of thing, and you can do it with, you know, you don't need $100,000 worth of RV and all that kind of thing to go down there and have fun. My whole entire camping rig, which is a truck and a camper, truck camper to go on it, and a solar system, cost me about $9,000. And it's a great rig, works really well for me, and it's enjoyable. So that's just one example of the kind of thing you can do. So I'm going to try to focus this channel on that kind of thing. That the DIY stuff fits in, like I said, perfectly with that. So I'll continue doing some DIY videos, but I'm also going to talk more about how I got here, and you know, just what a great thing it has been for my life, and hopefully can help some other people who are inclined to go in that direction as well. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say in this video, but stay tuned for more because they'll be coming. Okay, thanks.